Hi, Dirt Down and I are out here in the countryside on this beautiful Saturday morning. It's almost midday. We had a pretty long ride, so taking a break under this neem tree. I've had this Xpulse for about 3 months now. I had a few things I wanted to do with it, modify, change, update. However, I waited for 3 months, close to 3 months, to be sure that it's worth doing on this motorcycle and I am getting some fun and joy out of it. So last week I made some changes. Let me show you what all I did. Let me start with the instrument cluster and all the gadgets. This is a Garmin Zumo 390. I got this a few years back for my trips to Europe. I've ridden there a few times. Google Maps and data are very expensive in Europe. So Garmin is the most popular choice. This came with Europe Maps. So I was able to set up the Euro Maps and use it a few times there. And now it was sitting with me at home, so I decided to fit it onto the Xpulse. The reason I fit it on here, it's got a beautiful trip meter. Right here I use the Google Maps best wherever in India. Google Maps is the best. Garmin just cannot keep up with the Google Maps. So I use this. It's connected to a charger. I got a Resonate charger here, and that's what I use to power the phone. And this is not my regular phone. I have a phone which I keep aside. This is an old phone I had, so I have a SIM inside it and I use it only for Google Maps. The Garmin Zumo has got a brilliant trip meter. It gives a lot of data. It stopped the number of hours or minutes stopped, the number of minutes and hours riding time, average speed, top speed. Yeah, I could do without it, but since I had this gadget, I decided to fit it onto the motorcycle. I replaced the stock handlebar with an aluminium handlebar. This is brand name is TAG, T-A-G. I've had this for several years. I got it along with the Renthal that I had on my Himalayan. I hadn't used it and I found it was just about the right size how I wanted it. This has got the perfect, it's got a cross brace and it's aluminium. I've also installed bark busters. These were from my Himalayan. I had this for a few years on my Himalayan. I used the bark busters, and these are double take mirrors. These were also on my Himalayan. So basically I didn't really buy anything for this Xpulse. Whatever I had taken off the Himalayan a year ago, because I don't ride the Himalayan, I haven't sold it. I've given it to somebody to use it. So all these are from my Himalayan. These are double take mirrors. These are ram style mounts. The thing about the mirrors are these are close to indestructible. The advantage in these mirrors is when riding somewhere in the trails, the first thing that comes loose or we're going to hit or drop the bike and brake is the mirror. So the advantage with this is I can just flip them over inside. So I can ride them without having to worry about anything. And once I get out of the trail onto a regular road, it's back to highway setting. So that's the advantage with this. I don't use this motorcycle for touring, or I don't plan to use it for touring. I use it mostly for trail rides. So my luggage systems and big bags don't come into play. Right now the most important thing is a tank bag, and that's what I have, this SW Motec. This has got a tank base strap. It secures itself. It's not a magnetic tank bag because magnetic tank bags can fall off on bad roads and rough roads. So this is pretty stable. It's got sufficient storage to keep whatever I want to keep inside. And it's got a expansion zipper, so I can add another few liters of space to it. And even when filling gas, it's pretty easy. Got the zipper here, open it out without having to take the entire tank bag out. Flip it, you can open the tank, put fuel, put it back and zip it out. It's not waterproof, but it's got a waterproof bag inside. This is about the right size. I've seen a few Xpulse with some pretty bulky bags. Of course, if the necessity to put in a lot of stuff, big bags are good, but for what I use it, This is about the perfect size. It does not get in the way. I can move forward, I can hug the tank, the bag does not interfere. I like this bag. In an earlier video I had mentioned how poorly designed the rear rack is. I just couldn't carry anything on this without risking it falling off. So I got this plate. This is from Project 83X, this aluminium plate. The only thing I didn't like about this plate is it's a bit edgy and it kind of stands up like a blade. So I was not comfortable with something with such a relatively sharp edge right behind me. So I had this old top case plate, a shad plate. So I mounted it on it, so it kind of took the dangerous sharp edgy things out of this bag. So this is good enough. This is my breakfast or lunch bag, so perfectly good for a day ride. I've seen a lot about the dislike for the rear end of the Xpulse. So there are a couple of people who make the tail tidy. So get rid of all this. There's a small bracket and the number plate sits here. I am not fond of the tail tidy. It looks great, but it's terrible when it's raining or when there is some kind of muck or even shit cow dung on the road. That's a terrible thing to run with, because even those people who have installed the tail tidy have clearly mentioned that the tire flings up mud and muck onto the pillion seat. Now I don't want my luggage or my jacket or my helmet, my water backpack, I don't want that splashed with mud, muck or water. And I don't want anybody following me to be sprayed with mud, muck or cow dung. So I stuck with the stock, and what I have done is trimmed a couple of inches off the bottom. So it's actually a little bit, probably it's even 3 inches off the bottom. So it's given a slightly sleeker look, but no mud or muck gets flung onto the luggage or any backpack that I mount onto the tail rack. And finally, the most exciting bit of modification on this motorcycle, exciting for me, are the rims. I have mentioned in my Himalayan video I was running XL rims on my Himalayan. Those are some of the rims I took off the Himalayan. 21 and an 18, I was running an 18, not a 17. I fit it onto my Xpulse here. They weigh 25% of the steel rim weight. A massive change in rotating mass. The change in handling is phenomenal. Rotating mass magnifies its presence. I think a 1 kilo rotating weight, the faster it rotates, will start to feel like 5 kilos, 6 kilos, 7 kilos. So 3-4 kilos saving in static weight on a wheel, I think it changes the handling of the motorcycle by 10-15 kilos. It has to be ridden to be believed. Dirt Don rode it and he was quite convinced. But unfortunately, when I told him the price, he decided to stick with the steel rims because they cost quite a packet. I would not have bought it and fitted onto the Xpulse. Since I had it, I have installed them. Another useful item I have stuck on this bike is this side stand foot expander. It kind of helps in bad terrain. I got this from a company called Quick Z. So it's working good. So I'm pretty happy with it. It doesn't sink when I put the stand on some loose soil or some other muck. So pretty good. I have done all what I wanted to do for now on this motorcycle. The only thing I would probably do next is something about the exhaust. I no longer like loud exhausts. I would not fit one of those Xpulse motocross rally kit exhausts that Acropovic. No, I will not. I am trying to figure out a way to make it a little lighter if I can. Otherwise, I will just live with the stock exhaust. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm enjoying the silence these days over the exhaust note, which I used to enjoy a few years back. So that's about it on the mods to the Xpulse. So when I make any more significant changes, I'll share it with you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy and safe motoring.